Hello. Welcome to my meditation. I'm committed to meditating every day for myself personally, and I decided to do it live here on my YouTube channel to invite you to commit to meditating as often as you want to, whether this is a one-off or whether you follow me each day with these and meditating with me in your own time or live here with me, up to you. This meditation is going to go for about half an hour, and directly afterwards I'm going to do a live show for the members of this channel. If you're interested in joining in that, where I'll be giving readings, click on that join button below. So let's get into the meditation. This one's about abundance. Let's see what the guides have to say as I'm meditating today about that. So we're going to remain present. This is not about quieting our minds. It's about being present with whatever is going on inside of us and trying to remain in that conscious awareness and being the observer of what's going on. There will be distractions outside of ourselves, sounds. There will be distractions of the body, so sensations in the body. There might be emotions that come up too. And subconscious thoughts as well. So thoughts will come from the subconscious. Subconscious is run by fear. It's there to protect us. It's a tool of the mind there to protect us. There's no need to fight it or try and quieten it down. We need to listen to it. It's telling us its fears, what it thinks that we need to focus on, what the problems are and that kind of thing. It's important, but it's not always right. In fact, it's very rarely right these days about those fears. So by learning how to be consciously aware of whatever's going on inside of us and accepting what's going on inside of us and listening to the subconscious mind, but not necessarily believing it, hearing its fears, yet remaining the conscious awareness, is great practice for a much more peaceful and abundant life. So let's get into it. We'll start off, it says no data. Hopefully this is going, it looks like it's streaming fine anyway. So let's start off by relaxing our nervous systems first. Meditation is so much easier when we relax our nervous system. So let's do that. Taking some deep breaths, a deep breath in. And then a long breath out. Another deep breath in. And releasing that air very slowly. This is the fastest way to calm your nervous system down, by the way. A deep breath in. Releasing the air very slowly. Now follow along with me. I'm going to move our consciousness around the body. If you find any areas of tightness or where you're holding on, just let that go and relaxing the body as we go. So we'll start off in the left toes, moving from the toes into the arch of the foot, the left foot, and into the left heel, the left ankle, up the calf to the left knee, relaxing as you go, up the thigh to the left hip, feeling the femur within the hip socket and just relaxing that, letting go of that leg. Moving to the back, the glute, feeling whatever it's resting on the left side there, whether you're sitting or laying down, feeling that point of contact and then letting that muscle relax and be supported by whatever it's on. And moving from there to the right hip, feeling the femur within the hip socket there and letting that go. Moving around the back to the glute, feeling what it's resting on and allowing it to be supported. Feel that muscle melting. And from the right hip, let's go down the right thigh to the knee. And from the knee down the calf to the ankle, to the heel, to the arch of the foot, and then out through the right toes. Moving into the left fingers, let's move into the palm of the left hand, into the thumb, the wrist, up all of those little muscles to the elbow. And from the elbow up the bicep and the tricep to the shoulder and the left shoulder, letting that relax down and away from the ear. And from the left shoulder, let's move across the back of the shoulders now to the right shoulder. Relaxing it, moving it down away from the ear. And from the right shoulder, let's move down the bicep, the tricep to the elbow. From the right elbow down all of those little muscles of the forearm, to the wrist, to the thumb, to the palm of the hand, and out through the fingers. Now let's take a deep breath into our belly, expanding it as big as it can get. And then as we release that breath, we release the stomach with it. Second deep breath, this time into the upper rib cage and the upper back. Make yourself as big as possible. And then releasing the whole of the upper body as you let that air go. Moving into the spine now. Let's start at the bottom and then stretching the spine out. Make yourself tall and straight. Moving up the spine. When we get to the neck, let's move our right ear to our right shoulder. Just stretching the neck to release it. And the left ear to the left shoulder. And back to straight again, and let's look over the right shoulder. And over the left shoulder. Back to straight. Down to the navel. Up to the sky. And then balancing your head so that your neck is relaxed. And from the neck, we'll move into the jaw. Releasing the jaw, you might want to open your mouth wide to release it. And then relaxing the jaw closed or slightly open. Resting the tongue on the roof of the mouth. And moving into the cheeks. Relaxing the cheeks. Feeling the eyeballs move back and down into the eye sockets. The eyebrows moving apart, relaxing down. The whole of the forehead relaxing. And into the scalp. Feel the scalp relaxing. Feeling your ears move down just a little bit towards your shoulders. And from there, let's move into the third eye. So putting your focus on your third eye, which is in between the eyebrows, but up just a little bit from there. And we're going to keep our focus on the third eye throughout this meditation. Focusing on the third eye can give us a different perspective, a more spiritual perspective, a higher picture, a bigger picture perspective. It can intensify the meditation, as can meditating together. Even if you're doing it by watching the replay, we're still meditating together. And so keeping this third eye focus and noticing the distractions when they come along. You want to be present, noticing it all. The things going on inside of you, the things you're thinking, and just try and remain the observer of it all. You might like to be curious about everything that's going on inside of you. It might help to name the distractions as they come along. That can help you remain the observer of them rather than going along with them. But if you do find that you've gone along with those thoughts that your subconscious mind has you thinking about, then when you wake up from that, just bring yourself back to that third eye focus and being aware of what's going on. No need to beat yourself up. This is a natural thing. We all do it. That's what the subconscious is for, to alert us to things. Sometimes we do need to think about what the subconscious mind is bringing up. And the longer you do this, bringing yourself back to that focus, you might find, if you're lucky, that your subconscious mind quietens down. It might not happen every time you meditate. In fact, I personally find every meditation is different. But it might quieten down. And if it does quieten down, you might start to become aware of the superconscious mind. That's thoughts given to you by Source, Spirit, your higher self, whatever you want to call it. And this is different than the subconscious mind. This has a positive bias. It's important information. It's your intuition. It's your guidance. It's those ideas. That's the stuff we really want to listen to. That's where the genius ideas come from. That's where you tap into abundance. Those ideas are the ones that are going to bring abundance to you. Abundance being everything. Source energy, love, abundance, all of it. If you're following that guidance, then you'll be on the right path. And everyone's path is different. If you have an intention for this meditation, you might like to think about that intention now. Whether that's you wanting an emotional state change, so you want to feel in a different way than when you started the meditation. Whether you're wanting specific answers or guidance, you can think about that now. Whatever it is, set your intention for the meditation. So there are limitations around us in the world around us, based on the societies and structures that we are a part of. And these structures can have limitations, which cause us to have limitations of access to abundance. But true abundance is when things flow naturally, and so it's not connected with those limitations. Limitations is a lack of abundance. And so those structures that are limiting you, that you're part of, whether that is a workplace or governments, they do exist, these limitations do exist, but that is blocking true abundance. True abundance is more free than that and unlimited. It doesn't have those limitations or blocks. There are no constrictions in it. It flows, and it flows all ways. It doesn't flow just one way. True abundance, that is. But we see in many structures that humans have created this one-way flow and constrictions and restrictions. And when we're a part of that, it's very hard to experience abundance. unless you're one of the lucky few, or it's all flowing to. But those lucky few, they're not so lucky after all, because it's not true abundance. These people, they don't have the happiness and freedom. And when you find happiness and freedom, you can find true abundance. Now, true abundance only flows through nature and from other people that have found that freedom. Freedom to be our authentic selves. It's not easy. It's not easy to break free of the limiting structures. But it is possible. So as we tune into ourselves and who we really are, this awareness, while we meditate, we can move toward being more authentic, more our true selves. We're less likely to say yes to the restrictions and the limitations and those structures that we find ourselves in. We're more likely to follow our true path, our true north, which is guided to us by the superconscious mind. True abundance is found there. We can often think of abundance and like, okay, how can we manifest abundance? Well, let's focus on, I don't know, amount of money or a house or something like that. We think that's abundance. That's not abundance. That's a thing. That's thinking too small. True abundance is a state that we're in when we're our authentic selves and we're free and we're guided and we are following our hearts and our joy, and we do those things and abundance flows and we get to share it with like-minded and like-hearted people. That is abundance. That's true abundance. That's not what the people that have the restricted flow toward them, one-way flow toward them have got. They don't have that experience, but you can. So rather than having a mindset of staying within these restrictions and these structures and thinking within that framework, within that, all those limitations, to try and manifest something out of that, something very specific, remove yourself from that line of thought completely. Don't stay within the limitation and try and manifest a thing or a number within that. Rise above that. Let your superconscious mind take over. Go for authenticity, your true path, your true north. Follow that path. That's the path of freedom and true abundance. It's full moon today. A chance to let go. Perhaps letting go of a perception, an idea that you've had about who you are, what your life is about. We can want to fit in. It's a drive. It joins us. This drive joins us in childhood. We notice other people around us and we want to fit in. We want connection. And that drive to fit in, to become more like the people around us, depending on who you have around you, that can be, it's like a tug of war against your soul and your spirit that wants you to follow your unique path and be yourself. And that choice, and it is a choice, it's not easy. Because the very force that wants us to fit in, which is our subconscious mind, that's in everybody else too, and they want you to fit in and remain with them. So it takes courage to break free from that and think in a different way. What if the beliefs that you've had about life are not true? It can be very powerful to ask your higher self, spirit, the universe, to show you what is true. Often we get to points of crisis in our lives where we're kind of forced into big change. We're coming to a universal, a planetary point of crisis right now, and it's a good thing. Because we get the chance to create things anew. And this is why it's very important to seek our authentic selves right now. So this is where I'm going to come out of the meditation now. Feel free to continue meditating if you want to. Thank you for meditating with me. do this every day, sometimes live, sometimes not. If you'd like to come with me to the channeled session now, the channeled messages, readings, in the members only live, which will start in 2 minutes, you can click that join button below, and I'll see you in there. Or see you tomorrow in this meditation. Bye.